flight experiences in fixed wing. I instructed on the T-34 for quite a while, among some other aircraft. But yes, after finding War Thunder a year ago, man, having flight back in my life every day is so amazing. Of course, medically, I can't fly anymore. Whooped the shit out of cancer a couple times. So read them and hate yourself. Pay me to tell you I love you. I love you. Cause her little girl is in love. How could love be wrong? There he is. Shit. Woo! Damn it, no way. Wait, those missiles like disappear. You can't even see them. Arrgh. Stop beating this dead horse when it stops spitting out money. We will repeat stuff. That one hurt. I think that's my first no kill in that. We can't go out like that. We'll do one more. We'll do one more. That stung. Damn 120A. Ouchies. Ouchies. Oh, thanks, bud. I appreciate it. It's one of those, like, dual-edged things, right? Especially till I beat it once while I was still in. It kind of cost me my helo career. They sent me back, and I went through all kinds of treatments, and luckily I just had to get surgery the first time. So I made it back into the cockpit. That's when I was instructed. Especially since I had already a bunch of flight time. I already had my instructor rating and all that stuff, so they sent me back to primary flight school so that I could help instruct. 'Cause at the time, they were short on instructors, so I instructed on the T-34 for a while. And then I just couldn't get back to like deployable status. I was having a hard time putting on weight, which I still am. And a few other things, health issues that popped up, and some of the medications I was on started making the banned list. So it was like coming to the end of my first commitment, and it was like, man, if I'm not going to ever deploy, you know, I may as well go try and see if I can work like in the civilian side. And damn, when I got out, I came back. Really sucked. Here, buddy, you need help getting down? 1, 2, 3. There you go, Bubba. He can jump up here, but he has a hard time getting down. I don't know if you saw him wandering around behind me there, my little doggo. Little Ollie's my wingman. So yeah, again, man, it's been a rough, right at about 10 years. Shortly after I got home, I had the PC that I'm on right now I built in 2011. Luckily, it can still spit out the stream, and that's what we're in the middle of right now. We've got everything else upgraded to continue to do this full time, and the next thing is the PC, and that will allow me to start doing DCS and sim. I've got all the cameras and everything I need, so in the very near future, we'll be doing DCS, and we'll have all the views for the stick and throttle and rudder, and we'll get all into it and do some full missions and fly all different kinds of airplanes. So yeah, if you enjoy air stuff, this is the spot. Not to mention other stuff. I've got a potential sponsorship with Asus ROG coming up where I'll be able to test and review like some equipment. So I'll do like a whole PC build, and we'll do some specific testing and do some other games. And again, that should allow me to do some sim. So it'll be fun to not only compare it to my old PC, but also to the PlayStation 5, which is what I'm been gaming on since I started War Thunder. So that should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll hear back on that soon. The next couple of weeks, I'm hoping. Oh God, that would be so amazing. I still can't believe they actually got back to me. And if not, either way, I'm still hoping by the end of the year that we can, bring all that stuff. Because I've wanted to be a pilot for a long time, and finally making that happen, of course, was a dream come true. And then, getting into the military, getting my wings, all those steps were great. But before I wanted to be a pilot, I wanted to have like a flight simulator like in my house. Like, oh, that would be so cool. Always was playing air games and things like that. And I can remember playing like the first Ace Combat when you finally got to like fly some legit fighters and stuff like that. I'm like, oh God, this would be so cool if we could have like a flight simulator. Like there was nothing out there at that time. They didn't even have like sticks and stuff. Like Flight Simulator was in its like first iteration. All that stuff was brand new. So the idea of a flight stick and stuff really hadn't been made yet. And then now getting back into gaming and seeing how far that technology has advanced, and there are some really good options out there. Again, just this morning I was shopping through the WinWing site, just putting everything together, pricing everything out again. Now that, again, I've got all the mixer and if this PC comes in, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to start doing that stuff soon. So again, the follow means a ton. Those are more important than like anything right now, and thankfully they're free. And as the confidence boosts, I don't even have to ask for them. You guys just throw them in there, which lets me know to keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you for letting me be me. I can't find anybody else, so let's see if we can hit these guys. Sometimes you get a 2-for-1 if you can get the lead guy. Oh, nope, we just got one. I'm not wasting any more ammo on that. Everybody got their cups, but they ain't chipped in. Damn, we ended up way back here. Before I gotta get mine, everything is fine when you listen to the DRE. Never ended up back here like this before. She used to be the homeboy's lady. What you doing up there? What you doing up there? Yeah, I'm just sipping on gin and juice, rolling down the street. And now I finally am. This is the first time since all that stuff happened. I've worked odd jobs, tried to get back into aviation, here and there. Finally was like, you know what? Other stuff was, happening with the family. Other family members were getting sick and passing away, and things were happening. So yeah, everything went into storage. I built that PC, and there were no air games to play in like 2011. It was right before War Thunder. So yeah, for the last probably a good 8-9 years, it's been, aviation wasn't even a thought. So not only is War Thunder a joy for me to play, we all get frustrated with it. I have had my moments where I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm right back the next day. But yeah, not only does it feel like I get to fly, but hanging out with you guys, such an added bonus to share some of that knowledge, how these planes are, actually working, how the aerodynamics are working, how these systems work. And when it comes to that kind of stuff, it has helped a lot in my progression in War Thunder. But when it comes down to it, and a lot of these players have been playing this game for 10 plus years. They're just fucking good. And when I kind of realized that, when I got past the fact that, okay, it's not lag that's beating me, it's not, people aren't cheating, and they're just really good. Okay, now this is something I can master. I'm all in. Like, oh yeah. And then, of course, to start meeting the community, when I started streaming anonymously on the PlayStation, no camera or anything, just to see what kind of pilots played this game, how many pilots. I figured a lot of vets probably did. But again, then I started meeting some of you guys. Like, damn, guys are pretty cool, pretty fun to hang out with every day. And didn't have anything social in my life. So it's a lot of different things that not just me, but a lot of other people, a lot of other vets, a lot of people dealing with depression, among other, mental issues. Twitch has a lot of positives in it. Some people take advantage of it, of course, but, the fact that we can kind of hang out every day and, some of us can't actually get out and have that social life. It's just a lot of cool things, man. And yeah, being my first year watching like the esports, it was kind of the CC tournament was when I was really kind of seeing some of the guys in the face and, oh man, these guys are really cool. And not to mention, fuck, are they good? They're just flat good. And there's no way around it. They're beating me not because of any other, they're just better. And then you get into the esports. Yeah, sure, it can be boring at times, but you cannot take away the fact that these guys are really good. Air, ground, doesn't matter. So that aspect of it, especially in this first year, has been really fun to watch. I do hope esports keeps growing for any other reason than to keep the game growing. It's nice that they're starting to add cash prizes, even if it is small, at least it's something. Because this game does require a lot of work to be really good at, and then to go and compete. That is a full-time job. And like DCS, when we start doing DCS, I'm not going to be able to do that every day. Are you kidding? At least War Thunder, you can kind of play every day. But man, that's going to be a workout. It's going to be fun, though. I can't wait to do that with you guys. Talk through the missions, talk through, all the stuff going on in the plane. That is a full-on detailed game. I'm excited for it. And then even though I didn't fly helos for very long, as a helo guy, I'm really excited to try like Arma. DCS still as well has a pretty good helo thing that I've seen. Like their helos are pretty fun. So there's a lot, and it's all new to me. Again, I'm just getting back into gaming. I've been out of it for so long. I still can't believe I kind of did that to myself, but we do crazy things. We do crazy things when things go bad, don't go to plan. Got to stay grounded, have a good support system, get good friends around you. That is so important. I lost track of that. I hated giving my friends bad news all the time, right? Every time I talked to them, I felt like I was telling them something else that wasn't going right, And that just made me feel worse. But the reality is, when they can't help you if you don't tell them what's going on, They can't be there for you if they don't know. Clean up, Merv. Clean up on aisle 2. Clean up. He was already hit, but I'll take it. I'll take it all the way to the SL bank. All right. But again, that's why the support means so much. To have an opportunity to do something like this every day is really, really awesome. And if I can help even one other person struggling with anything, remotely like what I've had to deal with, and it was all worth it. Nice, nice, nice. That worked out well. As it's hard for anybody. It's hard. Oh, Vietnam vet here, no shnikes. At least we're getting better, right? I'm sure you've seen a lot of the evolution of, when you come home, they didn't give a fuck. At least now they kind of care. They care to a point. Like I've always hated how if you want any help, you've got to jump through every hoop just perfectly. Can't touch the sides. You got to jump right through that hoop. And then they can go and change the rules at any time, which is like what they're doing now. you know, with all these medications and, oh, well, if your medications are working, then clearly you don't need help anymore. It's like, what the hell are you thinking?